right, everybody. Welcome back to MAPOP Sports. This is Grandy. This is your first time here. Welcome. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel and the video. If you're returning, welcome back. Appreciate you guys. Today, I just wanted to do a brief tutorial of what I usually do in regards to what cards I send in to get submitted, to get graded, whether it's with SGC, PSA, what I used to do with CSG. So it's pretty much a similar process all the way through what I normally do. And I'll make it quick because there's tons of YouTube videos out there if you guys are looking to see, how to prep and all that stuff. So I'll just make it super brief just to kind of give you guys a heads up of what I do and how I package and all that good stuff, and how I prep it. So first things first, the most important thing is, what card do I select to submit to PSA, to SGC, to grade? How do I guess you can say, because a lot of people are wondering, what cards do you know that you should get graded? So the very first thing is, if it's a PC, if it's a card that I'm going to keep forever, or I'm going to hand it down to my kids, or whatever the case may be, that it's mine. I don't care. I don't care what condition the card is in. It wouldn't really matter. So those are the ones I would definitely submit, get graded. It doesn't even matter of what kind of card or what card it is, right? Because it's a PC. So that ends that one. Number two, let's jump into this. So what cards would I select to submit if I'm gonna put it back on eBay to flip, whatever you want to call it? It goes into two sections, I guess you can say, how it fits criteria. So let's take a look at these two cards, okay? So we'll look at this card. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll make another screenshot. It's the Jalen Waddle rookie mosaic green color match, whatever you want to call it, the NFL debut card, okay? That's card number one. Card number two is the Justin Jefferson right here. This is the rookie card, Prism Black Chronicles, okay? I'll do a cutoff. So between those two cards, am I going to send them both in to get graded? What are my criterias, I guess you can say, to send those cards in to get graded? So here, let's take a look. I'll share you guys my screen here. What I normally do is, let's start off with the Jalen Waddle card here first. So we'll take a look at this Jalen Waddle. So what I normally do is I use 130 point, just to kind of get a value of the specific card. So let's just go with Jalen Waddle mosaic, and I believe that, what number is that? 248. That's a card number, green. Okay, let's just go with the PSA 10. So this is my first criteria. So I'll show you guys how I go through all these cards in a second here, and how I prep them and all that stuff. But if I think this card, after expecting it, is going to be a 10, let's just see what the value returns, or currently. And this is why it's crucial when I say speed is of the essence, as PSA is returning things back within a month, because pricing, as you guys all know, change on a daily basis. So let's just go right here. The latest, the last couple selling 31, 32, 20. So I would say about the 30. So it's about a $30 range. So that's not too bad of a return. It's giving, so to get graded at PSA currently, it is like $18.99, which is $19 plus the shipping. So let's just estimate it at about, let's go $20. Okay, let's go, it's $20 per card to grade. So whatever the value of this card is, whatever you paid for it, if I got it in a lot, pulled it, whatever the case, assign it a numerical value if you want, however you want to do it. And then obviously the $20 grading fee. That's how I calculate. So it's $20 grading fee, and then it's selling at about $30. You got to take in, for instance, eBay fees, which is another 12%. Woo, you might be making about $6 to $7 per card if you get a 10 on this. That's not guaranteed that you're gonna get a 10. That's borderline, right? And that's even a PSA 10. So let's go PSA 9. I'm just curious. So this is how I value each card. So PSA 9, see, it drops down to anywhere between about 14 to 13. So it's about 12 to 13, 12 to 14. Let's go even on the high end. Let's go anywhere between $12 to $15 on a PSA 9. you're losing money if you get a PSA 9. So that's a big gamble because not only are you paying the grading fees of $20, you're also paying the eBay fees of another 12%, which is probably another $1 to $2. So technically, you're selling this card at approximately about $10 to $12. So you're $8 out of pocket right then and there if it comes back a 9. So you're losing. So you have to weigh the difference right there. So if you think he's going to get a 10, you might make $6 to $7. If you're going to get a 9, you're going to pay $8, guys. So in my eyes, I would not send this in to get graded. It's not worth it to me for PSA to grade this card. I'd have to look at SGC, obviously, and see on that. So to me, it's probably even lower for the SGC value-wise and everything. I wouldn't send this in, so I'm not going to send this one in to get graded. I would most likely send it raw, even if I think that it's going to come back a 10. Sometimes it doesn't come back a 10. The amount of work to go into that to sell this, to possibly even get it at a $6, $7 profit or $8, it's really, really tough to make it worth it. So there you guys go. Not sending that one in. So let's go in Justin Jefferson though. Let's go look at this card real quick. Justin Jefferson, Chronicles, and this is the Prism Black. So what is it? PB9. So we go PB9. Let's go PSA 10. Let's just see where it's at on that one. And the silver is selling for $105. This is not a silver. This is just the base one. So the base one, still not too bad. $76, $70, $63. The last couple 70. So I'll go on the low end. So let's just say it's average about $70 to get this graded. So that's actually not a bad profit, not a bad profit margin if you get this one graded on this card, because if it's $20 to get graded and if it comes back a 10, you're looking at a $50 net profit, minus the eBay fees, which is about $7 to $8 on that. Let's just say $8. Let's just go with $10 in. Let's just go into $10 in. You're still bringing in about $40. So you think that's worth it? I think so. But let's go see what a 9 is. So this is how I go through every card. If you guys are wondering, do I spend this amount of time? I do, because it's a little bit of research doesn't hurt. PSA 9, right here, $18 on the last one, $31 on that one. So these are the silvers, so I don't count those. So 31, this one, black silver, $43. 28. So it's about the latest one was about, I think it's because it's off season, but everything else is looking around the 30, because I see a couple 43, I see another 28, 27. So it's anywhere between 27 to about $30, I feel like. That covers your, I guess you can say, grading fees. That, with the fees and everything, you're still possibly pocketing about $4 to $5 on profit after the fees and everything. So, and that's if it comes back a 9. To me, it's a good gamble for me, because if I can get a 10, I literally 4 times what I pay, or 3 times what I paid the grading fees. To me, I think this one's worth the grade. If it comes back a 9, sucks, but I still at least cover my, if I can sell it at that price of the $27 to $30 range, I at least cover my grading fees, the cost of the card, and I still make a couple bucks on it. So it's worth the gamble, the risk for me. I will send this one in to get graded. So that's kind of how I would go about, valuing the cards, or what cards I send in to get graded. That's just a simple way to do it. There's obviously millions of cards out there, how you want to grade it. Those are the first things I really look at, is the PSA 9, PSA 10, to see what the value is, to see if it even fits the criteria to grade. That way it covers all ends and it keeps the value. But really keep in mind, speed is of the essence, because on a daily basis, these cards go up, go down, especially during the season. That's why I really want those cards back as soon as possible. PSA is quick on that. SGC has always been quick on that until recently, but hopefully they get back to the speed on that. So Hopefully that helps you guys out in regards to figuring out what cards, at least this is for me. This is how I do it. If you guys know a better way, or if you guys know, hey, don't grade those cards, that's just a waste of your time. Go get the higher end stuff. I get it. I understand that. But hey, you guys let me know if you guys have a better idea of what cards to pick. But this is how I evaluate things, right or wrong. This is how I do it, so hopefully it works for us. So now let's go take a look at how I package the cards, get them ready, how I inspect the cards and everything before I ship it out, and how I do that. And so here we go. All right, so now since I figured out what card I'm actually gonna go ahead and submit, this is what I normally do, guys. So this is just kind of a basis. What I do is I take out the card. First things first, if it ever comes out here of the top loader. Here we go. So what I normally do is I look at this card. I got to make sure there's no blemishes. There's no scratches, no blemishes. Now there's that thing going on, Kurt's, card care. It's frowned upon because people feel like it's altering the cards. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, what not to do on that, but there is that little, I guess you can say, kit out there that can help fix the cards. I don't do that. Is it altering the cards? I think it is, but some people don't, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna tell anybody, so you do what you want to do. But anyways, what I normally do is I put it under a light and see if there's any blemishes, any scratches. That's the biggest thing, is to make sure there's no blemishes, no fingerprints. I already see a fingerprint here. I usually use a microfiber. I kind of just brush all the fingerprints off, just to kind of clean the card a little bit, make sure there's no scratches. And if there are scratches, and if it's bad enough, or print lines, most likely I'm not going to send that in, because even if it gets is it going to get an 8 or a 9, it's not worth it, obviously, especially if it gets an 8. 9 is like, dude, that's the worst case scenario in my eyes. You were thinking, at least I was thinking, so I'm not going to just send it worst case scenario on that end. So, or best case scenario that you think you're going to get a 9. So I get one of these, guys. I don't know if you guys seen these little magnifying glass with a light. This one is 30, 60, 90 times. I'm actually, the very first thing what I'm doing is I'm looking at all the corners real quick first. Your eye can only see how, I guess, how much you can see, but these things will show you the corners, how sharp the corners are. Are there any little peel offs? Are there any little dents? And I go through each and every corner, inspect it. This one looks good, looks super sharp. The centering, there is a kit out there you can buy to see the centering. You can use that. I've seen it. People do that all the time. You can, up to you, to just kind of, the measure out the centering. But most of these cards, they have little measuring points on the cards. They have dots or whatever the case may be, or the way the centering is. And you can literally tell visually if it's within an amount. And in my experience, PSA is not the most critical when it comes to centering. So just kind of get, let you guys know on that. So it's up to you guys if you guys want to buy that. I usually go by the eye test. I don't have that much time, so whatever. Anyways, but okay. So now this card looks good. I kind of cleaned it off all the fingerprints. I looked at surface issues, all good. I used the magnifying glass just to make sure the corners are sharp. Also just to make sure there's any indentions on the card, there's no print lines, things like that. Then I get one of these card saver ones, or you can use a knockoff anywhere. I use this, what is this called? Palms Off. I don't know. I got this off of eBay before, bulk order these. So these are card saver ones. The size are a little bit bigger. You put them in here. Nice and secure. This is how I believe all graders want the cards. They don't leave them in the top loaders. They hate that. They could damage it, taking the card out. Put them in these, a lot easier. Some people put those sticky things that make it easier for the grader to, the pull tabs. You can do that. I don't. It's up to you guys. It's just a matter of preference on that. But this is how I send it in. And then what I normally do is, here we go. I package a bulk order of about 20 of them. So I have about 20 of these. I usually use a rubber band, and then I just package this as you're entering the cards into their system and everything on that. So there you guys go. What I normally do is I get a little bit of a bubble wrap package. I bubble wrap it, tape it up, Make sure it's nice and secure. And then I usually put it in. So this is the cool thing. I recycle all the return boxes that come from PSA, SGC. I put these, pretty much these raw cards back in those boxes, secure them with some more bubble wrap that I have from previous orders or whatever the case may be, and tape it all up, package it, ship it, and that's it, guys. Make sure you guys print out the paperwork for it. Both, I think SGC and PSA require you to print out the invoice paperwork that you paid for it, for SGC wise. PSA, you don't pay for it until they grade it. And then you ship it out. I usually ship it out ground advantage. Do I use insurance? People have been asking. I usually don't. The reason being, I think there is a stipulation in the thing, is that because it excludes it, I think. I'll have to double check on that. I don't know. You guys can fact check me on that. But I think USPS excludes these cards because there is no value, because it's sending in to get graded. So there's no true final value of the card yet because it's getting in there to get graded. So I think they exclude it. I'm not sure. I usually don't insure it. However, on the way back in, after it's been graded, it does get insured. I select the insured on their end from PSA and from SGC, just to let you guys know on that. So could be wrong, could be right. I don't insure it. I believe it does exclude these cards. And then if you guys have ever tried to collect from USPS for damaged packages, it's a pain in the ass. So hopefully that helps you guys out. I know it's a pretty quick overview of what I normally do, but I believe in the KISS method. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. I am stupid. I try to keep it simple as possible. That's it. Hopefully it helps you guys out. If you guys have any other process you guys think I should do, I mean, I can go into more detail, obviously, of inspecting the card and all that good stuff, but centering looks good, surface issue looks good, corners look good. I'm good with it. The value for the PSA 10, PSA 9, SGC 10, SGC 9, 9.5, if it's there, and I think it's going to get that, I'm sending it in to get graded, guys. Simple as that. Other than that, hopefully, if you guys like this stuff, feel free to subscribe. Anything else you guys need to tell me, feel free to comment, message me, help me out. I appreciate it. If you guys have not subscribed, if you guys watched this far, all good. Appreciate you guys. And stay tuned. This week, I'll let you guys, probably tomorrow, I'll let you guys know what has been moving in the store. This has been a good week, guys. After last week's slump, this week has been a good week for the eBay store. And then on top of that, I'll just keep on rolling, man. Other than that, man, till next time.